freaking cold. Freaking cold. It's cold outside. I've got the month of May. Doody doody doo. Doody doody doo doo. Hey, look. Here's Orion's Nebula. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Turn you down just a smidgen. Let's see if we can get a 30-second exposure on good old Orion here. I love adult beverages. So delicious. Oh, man, it's cold. I don't care what anybody says, it's cold. It's cold right here. It is cold, frigid, cold. Let's see. How can I do the things with things that I want to do? Layer. Is it this one? No. This bad? Oh, dang it. Oh, position? Nope. I gotta fix it. That's not it. Color adjustment layers, time, pan tilt zoom. No, that's not it. That's not it. Holy moly, we're up to 3 viewers. What's going on, everybody? Oh, we're up to 4 viewers. Let's go with none. I really wish I could remember how to throw my face on the darn thingy. Ugh, I cannot remember to save my life. Cannot remember. That stinks. That's fine. That's fine. No. I'll just have to mess with it later. I'm not too worried about it. How is everybody doing today? Whew. I got a little bit of internet around here. Let's see here. I may have to actually hook up the intranet to the ASI-AIR to get it to download just a wee bit faster, because holy smokes, this is slow. So it's going to be a little cloudy out here tonight, but I wanted to go ahead and stream anyway. So it's going to be patchy clouds here and there, because that's what you can see in the images. Obviously Orion's Nebula, but you see the green little hue around it, and then that's unfortunately a cloud. So again, this is mainly just to get, just everybody out there doing some astronomy, either viewing it or just looking at it. So I mean, it's not going to be glorious tonight, any way, shape, or form, at all, actually. So then there's that. Oh, mercy me, mercy me. If you are there, don't hesitate. You can see the clouds just tracing through. So there's no point of guiding, really, because I'm going to lose the stars constantly. So, I mean, what we can try to do is... Let's see. Don't be bashful if you're out there. You can talk. You're not going to hurt my feelings in any way, shape, or form. You can say hi, hello, kick rocks. Just don't forget to tip your waitress and your bartender. They're very important people. Come on, where am I looking for? It's a 04. Yeah, let's go back to the rosette again, just for craps and giggles. Let's go to the rosette. See what's going on over there. See if we can't get a better view than compared to last night. Definitely closer view anyway. So who out there is a beginner in astronomy, a beginner in astrophotography, or just has basic questions on how telescopes work? Don't hesitate to ask. I will literally help you in any way that you need. For sure. Just type away. Literally type away. I think you should reboot the Wi-Fi. I had the same problem. It's not the Wi-Fi. It's the fact that so where I'm imaging from, the ASI-AIR is far away, so the Wi-Fi is not the best. I don't have a Wi-Fi booster, but I do have a landline or a Cat 6 cable sitting right next to me, and I might just wheel that along out there and hook it up. That way I can, get a little bit faster speeds because it's directly wired. So we will see. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Curtis. Yeah, again, it's mainly going to be cloudy, so it's I'm not expecting the greatest results. I'm using the Explore Scientific 127 FCD 100, which has got a focal length of 952 millimeters of focal length. I'm using just a basic fill flattener on it. I did notice on some of the stars they're pinched, which is, I got pinched optics, which that's easy to alleviate. So that's what I'll probably be doing later, maybe? I don't know yet. So yeah. So right now I'm just trying to get my camera on the screen. That way everybody sees the smiling face. So everybody can put a name and a sound to the face. Or be scared all at the same time. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, so I need to go back. Let's do that. Here, we'll do this. Oh, I'm getting there. Getting there, folks. Getting there. Oh, that's too big. We don't want to do that. That would scare a lot of people. Oh boy. Can't have that. Let's go from there. I can get rid of bring guiding down here at the bottom. I can throw myself at the top. Ooh, we don't want to miss on the z-axis either. That's just it. No, let's blow it up. That's why it's there we go. Let's start up at the top. Yeah, there we go. Okay, a little bit of left. And we're going to do that. Sweet. So, what I can do now, so everybody can see my smiling and glorious face, is boom. Ha! Got it. Can't beat that. Can't beat that at all. Now, if we lose viewers, then yes, I will literally get rid of my face. It is cold here. It is cold. It's cold. It's cold. You can tell that we're looking at the Rosette Nebula. I mean, granted, there's no Rosette there. But that's the Rosette. You can see all the star formulations in the center. Right in there. Now, granted, it's just a 30-second exposure, but I bet if I bump it up a little more, let's do 60 seconds. Now, I'm not going to guide. I'm just going to do a loop, because looping is a lot easier. I would be right next to my telescope, and my transfer speed was ridiculously slow. Then I played around with the stationary mode, and something the next thing. Yeah, I got stationary mode enabled. It's just I'm far away from it, and it is what it is. Like I said, I could. What camera am I using? I'm using the 2600 one-shot color. I have the what filter do I have in there? It's the LDAS3, which I might change it out for the Antilla RGB. Depending on how this 60-second exposure comes out, I may have to turn on a light because this hat hides my pretty face. No, I'm just kidding. It's not pretty. Let's see what this light does. It'll either blind me. Oh, there's some of my face. Yay. Let's see. Yeah, it's 159. So, yeah, it's definitely going to take a minute. For sure, I will probably going to have to throw that landline out there. Dang it. So yeah, we'll see if we're able to get some kind of nebulosity in the Rosette. Or some people say the Skull Nebula or the Rose Nebula. I see skulls. I don't know why. I used to see a flower, but now that I've seen the skulls, I see the skull in that, unfortunately. So hope everybody had a great day. It is almost Friday. Thank the Lord. It is almost of the Friday, which is great. Everybody loves the Fridays. Hope everybody has a great weekend sort of planned. If not, then I recommend that you get one planned. If you're going to be out doing some astronomy, be safe. If you're doing outreach, also be safe. If you're doing anything, just in general, just be safe. I hope everybody is enjoying somewhat of the stream. I'm just waiting for stuff to load. That's the whole premise of this thing, is just waiting. This is why I kind of like live view, or yeah, I guess live stacking. That way, it's a constant thing and keeps going. There was a star party Saturday, but it's going to rain here in SoCal. I heard in California that it's not. I don't know if it's in the SoCal area, but in the San or LA area, it's gonna snow. Which, I mean, I honestly didn't know it snowed in California, to be honest. Which is crazy to me, anyway. Yeah, in Utah and everywhere else. Yeah, we had hail. Oh Lord, it's crazy. There's some nebulosity in there for sure. Got a little bit of a star trail because I'm not tracking, but it looks like. Let's check the guiding. I wonder. Let's calibrate. Let's just do some quick exposures or live stack here. And then go from there for sure. Again, I appreciate everybody joining and having fun. If there's anything that you want to see, do not hesitate to ask. If there's anything that you want to learn, do not hesitate to ask. Because that is how we learn. You have to ask questions. And yep, there's a cloud. That's the unfortunate part. This is why I didn't want to really guide. I just want to loop. So if it comes back again, then we're just going to have to loop. And just do 30-second exposures and probably just do a live, more than likely. Star lost. Yeah, we're gonna have to loop. Stop. Gonna have to loop. So we will go to preview. We're gonna just do live. We're gonna clear it. We're just going to go back to guiding real quick. Hit loop. It's looping. So how long is it? It's 900 seconds. That's too long. Let's do 30 seconds. And we're just gonna go. See what we get for at least 30 seconds. Maybe bump up the gain. With the 2600, I keep the gain to 0 for the HDR, high dynamic range. I always keep it to 0. So that's where I keep it at. Mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. So we'll see what this tells us anyway. 80 degrees today in Birmingham, Alabama. Steven, appreciate you stopping in and letting me know how glorious and wonderfully warm it is in Birmingham. Because it's cold. It's cold here anyway. Let me see. It should be around 40. Maybe less than that now. Oh, it's 34. That's cold. I don't like it. 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 So yeah, we're just going to sit here and stack the rosette for a little bit. I may go out there and drop off or plug in the landline because this crap is slow. And I know you guys don't want to see slowness. You guys want to see progress. Progress is the way to go. Because this ain't going to be progress. I'm actually going to go do that right now. So it's going to stay on the rosette for a little bit. I'm going to switch the camera real quick. That way you don't see an empty chair. There we go. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my little trapper hat back on because it's cold. Alright, that was quick and painless. Ooh, it's cold. Let's go check something real quick. Wired connection, so it should hopefully start speeding up a little bit. Let me turn stationary mode off. turn you off and just make it. Alrighty. Cool. Again, an astronaut. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Beatrice? I hope everything's going well. In your neck of the woods, I haven't, and I like it a lot, but I haven't played with the gain or anything on it yet. The exposure time. I has the same question. Oh, hang on. I gotta read. What do you think about the 585 one-shot color? To be honest with you, Love to Fly, I don't know much about it. I do not have it. That is the unfortunate part. I can try to find out some information for you on it. I know my other partner, Simon, I believe he has one. And I'm using the 585 as my main and the 290 for guiding. Nice. Well, let me do a quick Google. 585 CWO. Let's see, the 585. I mean, not bad for the price, to be honest. Let's see, one-shot colorful well depth capacity, 585, so you don't have to worry about cooling at all. Be great for planetary as well. It's a 380/40 by 2160 surprises. So you got 2.9 pixels, which is good. There's a 12-bit bow and a 46.9. Wow, that's pretty quick. With a super low readout noise. Yeah, so it's a 1.5-inch sensor size. That actually wouldn't be too bad for planetary or actually solar as well, because of the fast rate. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I may have to look into the 585, believe it or not. So thank you for telling my wallet that I need more stuff. It's going to love you. It will love you to death. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a video on one of those. Maybe a review by chance. And check that one out for sure. So yeah, that'll be. I have great deep sky with it. That's cool. What have you shot with it so far, if you don't mind me asking? Also, what telescope are you using with it? And Beatrice, hi, how are you? I hope everything is well where you are. So I'm hoping that the weather's not too bad where you are, Beatrice. Oh, mercy. I don't know why the internet's so much slower now. Oh, goody clouds. More clouds. Clouds, clouds, clouds. I should be getting pretty fast internet, but I don't know why I'm not getting the fast intranets. Let me do this real quick. I bet if I do this, it's going to kick it real quick. Just thinking, there it is. I'll try that one. Orion and Andromeda, Flame Nebula, etc. Nice. I bet Andromeda was really good in the 585. What telescope are you using with it by chance? I'm using the 714 refractor with a reducer, bringing it to 500 something. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm finding out, unfortunately, clouds here. Well, that stinks, Beatrice. I really hate that. Just waiting for the internet to do what it's supposed to do. Freaking slow junk. It's slow. Oh, mercy. That is great. I'm using... I've already read that one. 9. We got 9 people in here. How the hell is everybody? Oh, a little bit more nebulosity in there now. That's pretty. Pretty, very nice, very pretty. So does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any comments, concerns? You know, here at Astroworkz, we help beginners get started in an SV Bony 4-inch refractor. Nice! That's pretty cool. We're here for the beginners, the people that are just getting started, because this is an overwhelming hobby. It is crazy how deep the pool goes, because it really can go pretty deep. So you got to... There's a lot of information out there that can get very, very confusing for a lot of people. And that's the sad part, because I mean, you can rely on YouTube, but I mean, YouTube's great for all that. Like Trevor Jones, then there's Chuck Ayub, Ray's Astrophotography. I mean, those are the guys that I've always watched. That kind of get you started into the hobby, but you got to eventually you're gonna have to go out on your own, and that's the hard part. So I mean, you could always either join your local astronomical league or astronomical society, and just see what they're messing with, see what they have, and that way you can actually mess around with it. Get a feel for what you like, whether it's Dobsonians, reflectors, or Newtonians, Mac-Cas, Schmidt-Cassegrains, or refractors. So yeah, there's a lot to this hobby. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But some people try to do it, and they get very frustrated because they don't get stuff like this. Granted, this isn't the best. Granted, all I'm doing is just live stacking on it, and I mean, I'm producing something. I mean, I bet if I bump up the exposure, I'll get a whole lot more on it. So we got some questions. Tyler, what setup are you using now? Sorry if you were already told that. Oh, you're good. You're fine, Beatrice. Yes, this is the lovely Rosette. So, telescope. Sorry. My nose is bugging me. I'm using the Explore Scientific FCD 100-127. That focal length is 952 millimeters of focal length. And, let's see, histogram, I want to do that. It's 952 millimeters of focal length, which, in my opinion, I like that number. I don't know why, and that is extremely dark. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just bump up the exposure quite a bit. Ooh, that is blown out now. No, auto. We're going back to auto. I'm overdoing it. I'm killing it. Oh God, I'm making it rip the stream, killing it. Can you move? Can you please move? Thank you. Let's actually bump up the exposure. Let's pause it. So now that we got the actual internet up and running, I did stop it. Oh, you darn thing. Can I adjust it now? Thank you. It's 220 seconds. Let's restart. So, 952 millimeters of focal length. I personally like that focal range. I've had anywhere from a C11, 9 1/4, 102, which is 714 millimeters of focal length, an ED80. Trust me, you name it, I've probably had it. But I've even had a Takahashi 106, and I always go back to the 127. That one's back there. That's the one of them. The other one is obviously sitting on the mount. It's got the new Explore Scientific self-centering focuser, which if you guys do not know about that focuser, you really need to check it out. It's a new thing that I helped develop with Explore Scientific, which if you don't know, I do work for Explore Scientific. I'm part of the customer service manager. I handle all the beautiful questions of astrophotography that people have. It is, Beatrice. It is a really good scope. and not always rely on the info on the internet. Yes, but Beatrice, that's where it's kind of the double-edged sword at that point, because experimenting a lot is very expensive. So I would always recommend either join an astronomical league. That way you can experiment for free. It doesn't cost you money. That way you can always ask the questions to everybody, why they pick that specific scope, what do they mainly use it for, whether it's visual. And that's the other thing. When we have customers always come in, that's my go-to question is, what is your purpose? Or are you wanting to do astrophotography? Or you want to do visual? You want to do planets? Or you want to do deep sky objects? I always ask those questions, and sometimes I get that blank look like a deer in a headlight. Huh? I didn't think that far ahead. Knowing those questions helps me better determine what you need to be in. Because I don't want to get you in something that you're not going to use at all. Because I don't want you to waste your time. I don't want you to waste your money. I've done that. I've done that all. Yeah, I still do it sometimes. But there's no reason that for a newcomer, there's no reason for me to put you through that. I want to get you to the path that you need to get to. That way you know what you want, you get what you want, you're happy with the results, and you keep going. What do I think about the 9 1/4? I want it so bad, so I don't know why I feel like I need it. Well, love to fly. It depends on... Do you want the Edge HD version, or do you want the standard version, the black tube? I'm strictly astrophotography. So the only difference between the two that you're physically going to get is edge correctness. That's it. They're the same scopes. They're the same coatings. Everything's the same, except you're going to get the edge correctness. That's it. You're not going to get the elongated stars in the corner because it's going to correct it with the edge version. That's only the main difference. It really is. So you're actually saving yourself a couple $1,000. Focal length's the same. What is it? Is that 20? Ooh. I want to say that was 2,500. I think that was 2,500. Just curious, doesn't the 2600 activate the HCG mode on the Sony sensor at 100 gain? And if so, why do you use it even though you're up a little bit of it? Curtis, I mean, that's a good point. And that's the beauty part about astrophotography. We're going to experiment right now. Actually, it is set to 100. I was wrong. That's my fault. We are set to 100 right now. I don't know why it's... Yeah, gain set to 100. So... Yeah, I am set to 100. I thought it was set to 0. I'm sorry. And so with the LDAS filter, or the light pollution filter, you can see that I'm not getting a whole lot of color in there. Which, again, I'm going to go back to why I like this telescope. I usually always use, I get that. Why I particularly use this telescope, because it is a great all-arounder. I can do planetary with the focal extender, or a Barlow. I can do deep sky objects, as you see here, or I can throw a reducer on it, and I get down to 9, with the R reducer, the 0.7, it brings down the new focal length down to 600. So I can do even wider. I have a wide base setup. It's the ASI-AIR 200, which is a 200 millimeter, basically a telephoto lens. That's all that is. I can throw a full frame camera on it and literally take pictures. So that's all my telescopes. I literally just have the two. Granted, again, I can literally just go to work and grab one and use whatever one I want. But I just like the 127. I just like the color it gives me, the shape of the stars, just the overall flatness of the field, and it's just, to me, it's just the greatest scope that I've ever had or messed with. The 102 is a close second. because of the native focal length of 714. Guys, this is all based on my opinion. You can take it for whatever it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. It's, you know, it's what I've come to know and love. Let's see, the 9 1/4 HD is indeed great, but if you have the money, you can use it to get together. And that's the other thing, is the Hyperstar. Both telescopes can actually use a Hyperstar. A Hyperstar is just it replaces the secondary mirror with a corrected, super fast light gathering bucket. So yeah, you can replace a secondary mirror with an adapter that Starzona makes, and it'll bring it down from an f10 to an f2. So you got a 9 1/4, so you got a 9-inch bucket that's just soaking in all that light, and you're just taking 10-second exposures, and you're getting the same results as this, or better. So yeah, it is nuts. Yeah, the money is kind of crazy, but you know, you got to think of it this way as well: as how much is your time worth? You know, with setting a mount up every night, if you got clear skies long enough, you're setting a mount up every night. You're polar aligning. You know, if you don't know how to polar align, it can be very, very tedious. It can be a pain in the butt, and it makes you want to throw a whole lot of stuff. Conversion, how much does a Hyperstar conversion cost? For the 9 1/4, $1,500 on that one. I can look real quick. Granted, you can't see what I'm doing, but I can look. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's a 9 1/4 Hyperstar. Oh, I am actually, well, if you add a filter drawer, mount type, we'll just do an equatorial camera, generic ZWO cooled. I always do M54 threads because it's $1,328 plus tax. So yeah, $1,400, especially with shipping. So, but again, I go back to how much is your time worth? Because you set a mount up, you polar align it, hopefully accurately, and that's 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. But I mean, well, let me rephrase. If you don't know what you're doing, it's about an hour. If you do know what you're doing, you gradually get faster, but then you have to put the telescope on. You got to balance it, check polar alignment again, do all that other stuff, make sure your tripod's level. And woof. I'm sorry, but my time is a whole lot more valuable than spending it an hour and a half to 2 hours basic setup, because of the fact that I want to image. And if I'm wasting an hour and a half to 2 hours just setting up, then that's a bust for me. I went ahead and I put a pier in the backyard. I mean, you can't see it, but it's a Skyshed pier. The pier was $1,000. I went and got an auger from a local rent shop, and literally got the biggest blade they can give me, which was a 12-inch blade. Dug a hole 30 inches deep, which was well below our frost line here. Our frost line was 12 inches. I exceeded that exponentially. I didn't want to take any chances with the frost line or anything. I don't even think a tornado would take this thing out, to be honest. We used 80-pound bags, stack air, of course. 80-pound bags of cement, almost 500 or close to 800 pounds of cement for this pier. And it's belled out at the bottom, 16-inch sonotube, which, you know, I mean, this hobby is not cheap at all. Granted, I haven't met a hobby that is cheap, because everything is expensive anymore. Like, you can't even buy ammo for anything. It's like, how much was ammo the other day? Me and a buddy went and did some stuff, and it was just full metal jackets. It was like $30 to $40 for just a box. It's ridiculous. That's why I buy imaging Newtons and do EAA. SCTs are nice, but are are not made to be relatively fast. I have set up time down about 30 minutes from the ground up. ASI, yep, and then you got the thing like the ASI-AIR, which makes the polar alignment a super breeze. You literally just put the camera on, let her rip, tater chip, and then you can honestly just mess with it. It doesn't take long. You get faster and faster as the time goes on, and it's kind of like a game with the ASI-AIR. It wants you to do it a lot quicker. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So, yeah, it's fun. So yeah, that's the beauty part on that. So what else does anybody want to know? Dark Solo. I love how quick the AM5 and the SA. Oh God, yeah, that is true. Dank Solo. That is very true. Well, my AM5's right there, right back there. I don't have a counterweight or the counterweight shaft, or I would be throwing that on with the A127. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's no big deal. It's good. I'm glad that manufacturers are striving to do more, do better, and to, you know, try things and push the envelope a little more. Because that's what the hobby needs, is you need more people to push that envelope and not keep to the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah. So who wants to see something else? Does anybody want to see something else? Let's see. I was able to get the IXO 100 balance finally, and then 2.5 again from Walmart. And it's all set now. Sweet! Good job, Curtis. Uh-oh! That's a hell of a start trail. Holy moly. This is what happens when you don't guide, folks. But I don't think I might be able to. Let's stop there. That's crazy what that looks like. Save, we're going to go here, we're going to preview, exit. Let's check and see what we got roaming around. We just did the rosette, silly. Triangulum's going down. I missed how much you said cost to convert to appear. It cost to convert to appear. It really depends. My peer was $1,000. I got it from Sky Shed. Hang on, let me pick an object real quick. That way I can concentrate on your question. I can't do too many things at once. It hurts. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's enter the duck. So everybody likes ducks, and that's, I think is it NGC2? Which one was it? 2244. Nope. Dangnabbit. I was wrong. Which one is it? 4434? Nope. 2359? Aha! Here it is. Boom. Alrighty. M101. We'll get M101 here in a second. Gotta get past the light. I can't see. Questions? I may have to actually pop out the... Let me pop it out. Pop out chat. There we go. Now I can see. Let's see here. Newbie to astrophotography. However, I believe that I am up to the challenge. I've been waiting for over 3 months to order, which will be arriving tomorrow. Excellent. Good job, Stephen. Let's see. You're getting an ASCAR 107 PHQ, AM5 mount, ASI-AIR Plus, the EAF, the 2-inch filter wheel. Perfect. Orion guide camera 290. Perfect. Long LRGB. 3 nanometers. Boy, you're ready to go. You're ready to rock and roll. I mean, you are ready to rock and roll, my good friend. Which is good. I wish upon you great success. And if you have any questions, problems, concerns, please don't hesitate to ask, and we will help you out in any way, shape, or form to get you going. Any idea about the Optolong 3 narrowband filters? Well, lucky for you, I have a whole bunch of them sitting up there. I like the Optolong 3 nanometer narrow filters. They're great for entry level because chromas are ridiculously expensive. Why do you ask? Because I have a set. Yeah, I have a set. It's nuts. And yeah, you are the reason why it's cloudy, Stephen. Curse you. Curse you. It's alright. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We just gotta make it work. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun. I don't mind the Optilong 3 nanometer filters. They're great for beginners. They're great getting your feet wet, for sure. Now, and that's the weird thing, is everybody's going to tell you that 3 nanometers are great, 3 nanometers are wonderful. The one thing that you're going to have to learn is the exposure. With 3 nanometers, you're going to have to extend your exposure time exponentially. Depending on what Bortle scale you're at, I'm at a 6/7-ish. I do 900 seconds for each individual frame. That's a long time. Yeah, especially when you're doing 100 subs. Bortle 6, yeah, we're the same, Steven. We're basically the same. You're going to have to bump up your exposure quite a bit. I mean, that's, again, you can experiment. Try, I mean, with the moon, it's great because you can literally image with the moon with HA. In case anybody doesn't know, HA is hydrogen alpha. It is the red gas that is outside in space. If you see a lot of pictures in magazines, excuse me, that have red in them, that's hydrogen alpha. Hydrogen alpha is the most dominant one out there, I believe. Please don't quote me. I could be completely wrong. I am not a scientist by trade. Please don't think I'm an expert. I'm not. Not even close. I'm just confident enough in my answers. Again, make sure you tip your bartenders and your waitresses. They'll be here. I will be here all night. Let me actually Google real quick. What was I going to Google? Now I can't remember what I was going to look at. Fiddle. Bortle 6. And yes, Stephen, welcome to the Astro Club. You will have fun. You will have fun. Just don't stress about it. You know, things are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. Things aren't going to go your way the first couple of times. You're just going to have to, you know, keep chugging along. Knoxville, Tennessee. All right, so is there a way to slew an autorunner preview using the best of night targets on the ASI-AIR? Hang on, Dank. I think I may know that answer. Bortle scale, not bottle scale. I may have said bottle, and if I said bottle, I apologize. I'm having an adult water today, and sometimes my English gets very hard and very misunderstanding. Bortle scale is what astrophotographers or scientists use to judge light pollution. What light pollution is obviously light pollution. This is all this light pollution. Major cities, you know, cascade a humongous amount of light domes, and then we're in a cloud. So my guiding's going to be terrible. Fiddle, dang it. So I'm hoping, hope. Let's do a quick 60. So if you're ever up in a plane, or autocorrect got me, yeah, I get that. If you're up in a plane, or if you are near a major city and you look off to the distance from that city, or near that city, you see a dome. That dome is actually light pollution. And that's something that as astrophotographers try to, you know, conserve a little bit, or, you know, try to mitigate, is light pollution. Because obviously everybody's going to lights, everybody's going into astrophotography. I'm not doing visual here because it's unbearable unless I go to a dark sky site, and that's an hour and a half away to do visual. So Bortle is very, very important, but a website you can go to is, if you just go to a quick Google search and just type in Bortle scale map, it will literally bring up, and it's the cleardarksky.com. It's the light pollution map. And it will actually give where you are, your light pollution. Now, Knoxville, Tennessee. Excuse me. I will tell you real quick how bad Knoxville, Tennessee is. The bad thing is the opacity in there. There we go. Knoxville. There you are. Now, we're at Knoxville. Are you like smack dab in the city of Knoxville? Because if you're smack dab in the city of Knoxville, that's a white zone. That's not a good zone. If you're in a white zone, ugh. No. Basically, white is the worst. It's the Bortle 9. I don't think there is a Bortle 10. And then you go from, let's see, white, gray, red, basically red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then black. Obviously, black is where you want to be. I'm in a yellow/orange zone, so I'm going to sit. Well, it says here 5 and a 6, but I really don't believe that. I believe I'm in a 6 and a 7. So yeah, in the smack dab of Knoxville, Tennessee, you're white. If you're near, we'll just throw out some landmarks. If you are near Seymour, you're in a, Seymour's in a yellow, about 7 miles from downtown. Oh boy. Well, 7 miles, we'll say south of downtown just for giggles. Let's see, if you are near, oh, I don't want to know that. You don't have to tell me that. I'll just give you some landmarks. That way you have a better idea of where. Trying to see. Just give me a landmark, dagnabbit. What? Hospital or if you're near the Island Home Park Health Rehab Center, that looks about 7 miles out, maybe a little. Actually, what is that? Is that the airport? That is the airport. The airport, Dixon Island Airport. It is in a Bortle. Oh, that's red. That's a Bortle 7. Is red. So if you're 7 miles out, you're in the red and the yellow zone. But what I can do is I can copy this and see if it'll let me do this. Haha! There you go. Try that out. That'll help you. And then you can mess around with it, see what you are as far as a Bortle scale, and there you go. If you're in a white zone, then you can. Yeah. I mean, Chive. I mean, he images from it. He has to do narrowband in some one-shot color. But yeah, it's hard in the white zone. Now, I believe, Dank Solo, is there a way to slew an auto run or preview using best of night targets in ASI-AIR? 7 miles west. So if you're west, that's the opposite direction of east. I mean, if you're near Oak Ridge National Laboratory, you're in a yellow zone. Yeah, you're welcome. Links are always helpful, especially when you can get a visual aid. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Now let's see, is there a way to slew an auto run or preview using best of night targets? Now, are you currently running in auto run or preview mode, Dank? That would be my question, because if you're running, then no. You cannot. You cannot. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get Thor's helmet, or the Duck Nebula, if there's any hunters out there. The Duck Nebula. I may have to actually put in a different filter. Maybe. If that's the case, I know exactly one I can put in there. For sure. Oh, come on, baby. Oh yeah, that internet line helped a heck of a lot more. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, darn satellite. Alright, I'm going to throw in, what am I going to throw in? Oh, I believe the best thing that's going to help this thing pop is probably going to be L-Enhance. Question is, where is it? Extreme. H alpha. I don't even have L-enhance. Aha! I do. Alright, so it's probably going to shift. Well, I want to see one image of the duck. That's what I want to look for. I want to see the duck, and then we will slew to a different target. Okay, and we're back, just like that. Alright, so I put the L-enhance in there. Let's do a quick 120-second exposure, and then we will slew to a different target. Alrighty. And how is everybody's night so far? It is cold. I have to put on my trapper hat back in. Ugh. I'm frigid. So we're going to see what the Duck Nebula looks like, and then I actually need to look on the planetarium to make sure I can look at M101. I'm glad I could help. Yep. Beatrice is always nice to help. She will do whatever she can to help. M101, I believe that's Ursa Manager. Where are you at right now? Oh, let's see. M101 can be done. And what was the other one? M51 is a firework, which can be done. So we can definitely do both galaxies for sure. Oh, fiddlesticks. Let's see. Still new. Oh, you're fine, Dank. You're totally fine. Again, that's what I was saying earlier. My ears are still cold. I almost want to button this thing up and just look like a little. This person's cold. I've been able to slew to the best of night using plan, but I want to slew and preview before I see what it looks like. There's more of the duck. There's more of the duck. We're going to actually bump it up a little more. Let's do a 300. Actually, pause. I need to do this. Y'all are going to hate me. I'm sorry. I got to do an autofocus. Got to do an autofocus. I forgot since I switched the filter, I have to do an autofocus. So sorry. Now, let's see. I've only been able to slew to the best of night using plan. But I want to slew in preview. I don't know if you can slew in preview mode before you see what it looks like before you start planning. I don't think you can. I'm hoping my partner Simon can get on here and have a better answer than I can. Well, she's going to hate me that I don't know this either. But that's typical. In case nobody knows, Simon is our, or is our, Astroworkz is our, he's a co-presenter here at Astroworkz. And he's also a ZWO customer service rep, just like I'm a customer service rep for Explore Scientific. He does a lot of the tickets and helps guys understand how to use the ASI-AIR and whatnot. So I'm hoping that he can get on real quick and at least answer that question for you, Dank, because I do not want to give you the wrong answer. I don't think you can actually slew in preview mode before you can see what it looks like. I think you have to slew, see what it looks like. If you like it, great. If you don't, you got to move on. I wish I knew that answer. Let's see if he can get on quickly. Dun 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 dun. Oh, good old focuser curve. Ah, good, Dank. I just want to make sure I get you the right answer, because I hate being wrong, and if I know someone that knows the answer, I would get it from them. Almost done. It's a nice curve coming from the new Explore Scientific focuser. That's for sure. Alright, done. So we're going to do this. Let's do it. Is it gonna... I think 200, 300 is going to be too long. It's 280. Hello, Blush and Balance. How are you? My goodness. Mercy. Let's see if I can't get a hold of Simon. Okay. So I got a hold of Simon. Ah, my face again. So he said, Dank, that... Oh my goodness. Oh, there's more of the duck. God, she is pretty. She is pretty, she is pretty. I need to see when the meridian's going to happen because my mount is getting very close to the pier. And it's very scary. It's very, very scary. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. So there's the duck. Obviously, if we do more of an exposure, we can get more of the red out. And vice versa. So we're going to go to M101 now. Real quick. M101 is a galaxy. M101. Bam. Here's the pinwheel. I don't know how well it's going to do with the L enhance, but we're going to see. Guiding is on point. Thanks, Dank. It finally cleared up. I haven't even checked polar alignment, to be honest. So preview is the best of night. So, Dank, what Simon was saying is go to best of night and do the preview that way, but you can't do an auto run on that. Unfortunately, you can't do best of nights auto run to preview it. You got to do the best of nights, and then from there. Is that where M101 is right now? Sorry, I'm looking at my outside camera. I can see the mount from here. Alright, well, let's see what it looks like. I don't know how well it's going to look with this filter, to be honest. Like nothing. Well, let's do a 60-second exposure and just see what we get. Is it even pointing at it? Yeah, it's pointing at it. So we will try... Clear tonight, but who knows about tomorrow. Able to access the dark site with my Astro Club has. I'm a wildlife photographer who has a great deal of... Yeah, perfect, Stephen. Then you're in a great hobby to be in because this is nothing but a patience game. It really is. I would love to see M51 also because it has been my main two targets the last two sessions and 2 weeks ago. Yeah, for sure, love. We'll definitely get to M51. I mean, I plan on being up as late as I can be, depending on if the skies cooperate. That's my goal, is to provide everyone with beautiful stars, if I can. What was it that you used to check? It was pointing. A different app controls the mount. So, Curtis, I'm using the ASI-AIR, and with the ASI-AIR, it has its own planetarium software. Once this loads, so everybody can see the stuff. Because I'm curious to see what the actual film sticks. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, of course it's calibrating. That's my fault. So I will actually go back. So if you're looking at the screen, I'll wait. In the bottom right-hand corner, or left-hand corner, it's the planetarium that the ASI-AIR has. So if I zoom out, it's actually, planetarium software. And this kind of gives me an idea of where my telescope is pointing as well. So I don't use this. I use Sky Safari on my phone. That way I know exactly where to point. I've done this long enough in my backyard that I know where the tree lines, the house lines are here locally. So I know exactly where and when I can shoot. So right now I'm pointing way above houses in my backyard. But yeah, to check framing, I'll use the app for sure, 100% of the time. So I'm just waiting for guiding to get done. That way I can mosey on with some exposure so we can see this galaxy. Because it makes you wonder on seeing this stuff. The galaxy's so far away. Oh, excuse me. But it makes you wonder if there's actually anything out there. I mean, we can't be the only thing. I did, Steven. Actually, the last stream, I shot it here, live. We did a live stack. And if you want to see it, we can go back to it if you want. How hard is it to use Sky Safari with you? With the ASI-AIR Dank, it's got its own built-in planetary. Just use the built-in planetary. Because the iPad I have here, the phone I have over here, they're all the same. You already purchased the ASI-AIR. I would just literally use that planetarium, and you'll be fine. Let's see, I imaged M101 2 weeks ago for about 5 hours. I still have the process, but my editing laptop has a stop code problem from Windows. Uh-oh. That's not good. A dreaded stop code. Ooh. Oh, fiddle. Hope you can figure that one out, Beatrice. I honestly don't know if I want to go to work tomorrow, but I need to. Alright, so now we're guiding. Perfect. I'm sure my frame is going to be all off now, so we're going to do another 60-second exposure real quick just to see what it's kind of at, and then I'll bump it up a little bit. Excuse me. Shoot. So what's everybody's struggle with astrophotography currently? Beginning or experienced? What has everybody struggled with so far? No, it's not good. I think oh no. The blue screen of death. Ugh. I hope you can get that figured out, Beatrice. I really do. That's not good. Fiddlesticks. I've been playing with 5 minutes subs and 2-minute exposure on 50. Nice. Hey, look. There's a galaxy. It's very faint, so I'm probably going to bump it up a little more to 180-second exposure. Let's see, just in case you're curious, when I set up the IXS100 with the ASI-AIR Plus, I'm not able to connect the ASI-AIR to the mount until I searched online and found this spot. Curtis, did you watch our video? By chance? Because we mentioned that in the video, you have to set the baud rate to 1150-200 on that. That's true, I should do a live stacking. Love. I should. Actually, let's just do that. That's a good call. Clear. Let's see what the exposure set is. 120. Nah, that'll be fine. This is a narrow band. Should be okay. I tried to find it in the manual. No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be in the Explore Scientific Manual at all, because unfortunately with the ASI-AIR, it's a third-party piece of equipment. It may be on ZWO side. Their manual, you'll have to dig for it. Yeah, we have it on our website. Or, on our website. I'm sorry. Excuse me. YouTube. Sorry. Sweet Lord. Yawning too much. Hopefully I get a chance tomorrow night to solve the plate solving problem I told you about last week. You still having issues with that, Beatrice? Oh, you found it on their Facebook page? Perfect. Yeah. Any Explore Scientific mount is baud rate 1150-200. I think there's actually quite a bit of mounts that actually use that specific baud rate. So yeah. It's one of the unfortunate things. For sure. I struggled guiding until I saw videos like yours and others recalibrating guiding. And huh. I mean, dang, with the ASI-AIR, you can actually, every time you slew to a target, it recalibrates. That way you don't have to do it. But if you're guiding kind of in the same area there's really no point of recalibrating. You're just wasting precious minutes on and losing light subs by doing that. It's just that's the way I have it set up. That way people can see it and how it works, so they get a better understanding on how the ASI-AIR fully functions. I haven't got the chance to solve it, but I told you about it. Yeah, you did. You did, Beatrice. I just hope you get it solved. Mercy. See what the stacking gives us. Yeah, that's the darn thing about these galaxies. Dagnabbit. I'm going to have to switch filters again. That's going to be the easiest option. That way we can see it. I'm actually going to switch to the Antilla Tri-Band. It's just going to be easier. We can see it because we all want to see the galaxy. And we're back. Broadband. 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 That's correct. Broadband. That does. Alrighty. You ever use a focal reducer with a scope? I have, Curtis. I have used the focal reducer, the 0.7 focal reducer on the current scope that I have. I also, excuse me. Eventually I'm going to stop doing that and wake the heck up. I personally like the native focal length on it. Excuse me, of 952. Yes, I have used the 0.7 reducer that Explore Scientific sells. Which is a great combo. It's a great match with this particular scope because it brings it down to 666 millimeters of focal length. So it's a great light gathering 5-inch telescope, especially when you're reducing that much. So now that I've switched filters, we'll see how that goes. Broadband. Do. Question about the ASI-AIR histogram. What does the zoom do below the auto on the right? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, A 3. A 3. It gives you the ability to make micro adjustments. That way, when you're not zoomed, you quickly blow past or overexpose it, or you underexpose it. This gives you a little bit more finesse to mess with. It gives you the peaks, so where the peaks and the valleys are on the RGB channels. So yeah, it gives you a little bit more versatility. The function to manipulate the data a little more, just within the ASI-AIR. So I mean, if I bring the white over just a little, it's gonna bring it over a lot more. Brings up the exposure. If I bring this one over, the blacks, it's going to darken it a little more. If I just hit auto, then it just goes back to normal. So, you're welcome, Curtis. Again, that's what we're here to do at Astroworkz. Astroworkz is to educate, make this hobby extremely easy to the best of our ability. It's definitely hard to troubleshoot people's problems over phones, emails. It's easier to do it when you're in person. That way you can just make the correct adjustments right then and there. Come on, data. So, folks, we are imaging M101 currently. M101 is a galaxy. As you can tell, it's the pinwheel galaxy, and there's a little bit more data. Sweet. So we're just going to keep stacking that one and just letting it pile up and pile up and pile up and see what we can get while we're just live stacking. That's the beauty part with the ASI-AIR, is because it's great. It's a great EAA tool, which EAA is Electronic Assisted Astronomy. This is basically it. Nobody has to put their eye to an eyepiece. You can literally, right here, and it's simple. Everybody around the world can see it, view it, whichever. Excuse me. So that's the beauty part about EAA. It makes it a lot easier where everybody can enjoy. The mount I'm using is a CEM 60. It is on a pier system. It's been polar aligned once for a year and a half, and I haven't touched it since. When I'm not using it, it's been covered by a 365. Oh darn it! What's that thing called? Telegizmo. Cover. I've had one problem that I could ask you about. Some of my images end up going to the wrong folders from live stacking. Any ideas? Ugh! Dagnabbit. You had to ask me, didn't you? I've had one problem that I could ask you about. Some of my images end up going to the wrong folder. Actually, let's take a look at that while we have it on here. Let's just take a look here. Oh my goodness. So if we go here, so image management. So I see my live. Let me go into my auto run real quick. Let me do my lights. Okay, so it's got a bunch in there. Let's go to my live. Let's go to my lights. I got the Comet. I got M42, M51. So yeah, it's honestly, I'm actually getting the same thing. Right now I'm doing M101, so let me see where M101 is currently. Nope. I'm just finagling through the files here. It's nowhere. Interesting. I don't know where my because the USB log is getting pretty full. It's a good, interesting point on that one. That's a great question, Love to Fly. I'm not entirely sure how to answer that one because I can't find my files here of M101. That's a question I'm going to have to ask Simon. It's interesting to see astrophotography versus EAA. The way I use my camera is I pick a gain, like 250 or 300. Excuse me. Start at 10-second exposure and then go up or down depending on if I'm blown out. Makes sense. But it also depends on what target you're shooting as well. Orion's Nebula, it's the triangulum. There's 7 or more stars inside that core, and if you go with that high of a gain, within 10 seconds, you're probably blown out. So yeah, I mean, that's why I try to keep the gain at 100, because of the high dynamic range set to that, and it just gets me better results. I swear I need to quit that. Ugh, I need to quit. Yes, Beatrice, the CEM60 is a great mount. Thank you. Excuse me. Alright, so that's that one. So we're going to go to M51 now, because that was the other image that Dyke wanted to see. M51, which is obviously another galaxy of the Whirlpool. So we're going to slew to that one next. Hey George, how's it going, sir? How you doing? How's Texas? Is it cold? Because it's cold here. It's really cold here. I'm not a big fan of it right now. Confirming. Which scope are you using tonight? Not bad, 47. Well, it's 34 here. I'm using the 127 FCD 100 with the new Explore Scientific Focuser. Let's see, 180 seconds. Stop. Let's go here. Live. Clean it. Or clear image, not clean it. Hit 120 seconds. Let's see what we get. Nice. Yes, sir. Very nice. It's just got a basic flattener on it as well, so we'll see how that flattener holds up. Yes, Curtis, you do. Well, let me rephrase. I probably should, but I haven't, because the stars look pretty crisp and clean. But when you put a narrowband filter in there, you will have to refocus. When you do refocus, you have to up the exposure just a little bit, like 5 to 7 or 5 to 10 seconds. That way it can get through that narrow band pass of the filter to focus. Now with broadband, technically yes, but sometimes you can kind of get away with it. It just depends on if you're a nitpicker. I'm not much of a nitpicker. Well, sometimes I am, and sometimes it depends on what I'm doing. It really does. I swear, it just depends. George, are you imaging tonight? Or is it cloudy over there? I guess I should say down there. Cloudy. Fiddlesticks. Yeah, it was cloudy here earlier. I did not think it was going to clear up. I really didn't. Which I'm glad it did now. Because I would not be here if it didn't. M51, show yourself. Come on. Hello from New Jersey. I got a good image of M101 and M51 with a 115 last night using the Antilla RGB filter. Yep, that's what I currently got in the system train right now, is the Antilla RGB. The good old tri-band. We're just going to see what the image looks up real quick on M51. Get some firework in there. It's going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot closer compared to the other night that I was streaming. And there it is. Boom. Oh, look. A little airplane decided to visit the top right-hand corner as well. Granted, you can't see it because I got my beautiful face blocking the image. How's everybody's night? I hope everybody's night is well. Hope everybody's having fun. And if not, then you should. See if we can get a little brief history on the Whirlpool galaxy. Let's see. M51 or NGC 5194 is the famous Whirlpool galaxy in Canis. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I'm going to butcher it. It's one of the most conspicuous and best known spiral galaxies in the sky. M51 is interacting with its much smaller neighbor, NGC 5195. The two galaxies may have been seen with binoculars under dark skies. Charles Messier discovered M51 on October 13th, 1773. That is insane. 1773. As described, it is a very faint nebula without stars. His friend Pierre McCheyne discovered his companion, NGC 5195, in March 1781, and M51 is mentioned in Messier's 1781 catalog as follows. It's a double, each has a bright center, which are separated by 4 inches and 4 feet and 35 inches. The two atmospheres touch each other. The one is even fainter than the other. Messier also added a sketch of the two nebulae to his own personal copy of the catalog, confirming that he meant to design M51 to refer a larger galaxy, NGC 5194, and the smaller companion of NGC 5195, which was later assigned by its own catalog number by William Herschel, H1 or HI 186, and is sometimes referred to as M51b, as in Bravo. That's crazy. Good, Beatrice. I'm glad you're having fun. Let's see here. Curtis, do you mean the Upsilon L Pro? I have that filter. It's a good filter for broadband. It is. Can you run a camera in bin mode? Yes. Not in live. You can't change the bin. Well, hang on. Let's see. You can change the bin. You can change the bin from 1 to 4 while in live mode. So yeah. You can. I mean, I could do it to bin 2 right now. Bin 2. Oh, first I gotta stop it. Stop. Bin 2. Oh, come on. I did stop it, silly. I stopped it. Bin 2. Save. Change. Go. There. I'm in bin 2 now. It's amazing. Love the ASI-AIR. It's so handy. Trying to see. So the distance of the Whirlpool galaxy is 28 million light years. So, in case nobody knows, or people have forgotten, how far is 1 light year? That's crazy. So 1 light year. Let's see. Light zips, blah, 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 blah. That's crazy. 1 light year in Earth years. Since light travels at 186,300 miles per second, with 86,400 seconds per day, that's a lot of zeros. That looks like 5 trillion. Yep. 1 million. Yeah, that's a lot. Holy crap. Yep. Yep. 5.88 trillion miles. That's a lot. If you go to bin 2, maybe lower the exposure. That's the whole point about this, Curtis. We're going to experiment. We're going to see what 120 seconds does at bin 2. Worst case scenario, it either blows it out or it blows it out, which is fine. Now, in case anybody doesn't know what blowing out or blows out is, I'm overexposing. Overexposing is basically where the white is. If you look at the histogram graph, black is your darks, white is your overexposed. And if I overexpose it, it will literally just make everything just white in there. Nothing to see. It's just you're not getting any detail any way, shape, or form. And excuse me. So we're just going to give it a little bit, see what happens, give it a couple stacking moments, I guess, and see what it does. So I'm going to, let's see, that brought more of the galaxy up nicely. Yes. And a dust mote. It brought up a dust mote. Dagnabbit. Right next to it, if you see D mote. So I'm going to turn the camera off for a little bit. I'm going to kind of straighten up my shed because it needs it. I will be paying attention to the chat, so don't you worry. And yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I had enough cleaning. I'm tired of cleaning. Cleaning is for the birds. What does anybody want to see? We can see, I mean, look at the Whirlpool. It's glorious. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Can't get any better than that. What does everybody want to see? If you're new to the channel, say hi, say hello. Don't be scared. Trust me, I'm here to educate and help you understand this wonderful hobby because it is rather daunting. Maybe a globular cluster. I've never photographed one. That's a great one, actually. Let's look at that one. Let me check a planetary real quick and see globular clusters. I got so many different. I gotta know which one's up. To be honest, I've never really shot a globular cluster either. Oh mercy, that didn't help. Oh, that one's below the horizon. That ain't gonna work. Fiddlesticks. Let me see. Have to bear with me. M13, maybe a flame and a horse head. No, and unfortunately Andromeda's gone. Well, actually, it may be not quite up yet, I don't think. Double stars, deep sky objects, best deep sky. Everything is in the darn southern hemisphere. Blast it. Blast it, blast it. Ghost of Jupiter Nebulae. Interesting. Never heard of that one. Bear with me, folks. I'm looking in the planetarium. I've globular clusters I've never shot. I never have. Ooh, there's the beehive cluster. That one would, I think, would be an okay one. That's more of an open cluster. It's not really a globular. Alright, I'll remember beehive. Let's look for a globular. Everybody likes globulars. I don't think you have enough focal length for the clusters. Well, we'll see. We will actually take, we will see. You're probably right, but let's just take a gander. If I can find one, that would be great. It would be extremely helpful if I can find one. Here's the Cat's Eye Nebula. This is a globular cluster. And of course, which one are you? M92 is not quite up yet, but it will be in a little bit. Which one are you? NGC? I don't think we'll have enough. M44. Becky Lewis. How are you doing, Becky? I don't think it. Let's go to, real quick, let's see, M44. Let's see where M44 is on, here. We'll do the open cluster. Search. Go to. Exposing cannot go. Alright, let's go back. Let's stop it. Now we can go. I see you, Becky. Just hang on just a second. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to go to. Perfect. Let's move. Okay. M13 is a big one. Yeah. M53. I'm new here. Can you explain the difference on binning, like bin 1 or bin 2? What do the changes do to your picks? Well, binning, let's see here. To give you a better answer on, let's see here. So binning helps with your signal to noise ratio per shot. But you also sacrifice a lower resolution image. The field of view you capture through your telescope or magnification remains the same. But the image will be half the size in pixels versus 2x2 or bin 2 versus bin 1. So you get a better signal to noise. Delicious. Versus 1-to-1. So 2-to-2 is sometimes better. Like, say, instance, you're doing a full-frame camera. Your full-frame camera is 64 megapixels, and you want to bin it 2x2 because not a whole lot of telescopes can support a full-frame camera. So you're getting that 64 megapixel camera in a APS-C size sensor. Just makes it easier for everybody to understand. So you're getting all that glorious pixel density in those pixels in a smaller confined area, so it's more concentrated. So you're getting less signal to noise, so your image is a lot cleaner. But you're also sacrificing the lower image resolution because, I mean, the blah blah blah. Hey Norm, how are you? But your field of view that you capture through your telescope, it completely remains the same. It's just an internal thing that it does. It doesn't bring it in closer, if that's what you're thinking, like a Barlow or a focal extender. What are we waiting on guide for? What are we doing? Are we calibrating? What are we doing here? Sorry, confused. We're going to clear. We're going to clean. Just got done catching the photons from M101 and M52. Good job, Norm. But I hope that helps Becky understand a little bit what binning is. If not, I do apologize. I am not the best when it comes to explaining things. But I definitely will write that down. Why is my guiding all over the place? Alright, so what I need to do is loop. Excuse me. I need to flip, I need to clear this, and I need to calibrate, unfortunately. So that's going to go haywire. We're going to stop that for a second. We're going to go here. We're going to go to preview. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go to tonight's best because it was... You're welcome, Becky. And if you want to just hang out, give us a follow. Know when we get more content up and going. Excuse me. And that way you can stay up to date with everything here at Astroworkz. Because we try to help out beginners understand this incredibly taxing and confusing hobby. So I'm looking at tonight's best to see some globular clusters. And then, to be honest, I don't think they're up that much right now because we're getting into galaxy season. There's M3. It's not up yet. M52, not really. M53, nope. It doesn't get here till... Yeah, it's not quite there yet. How you doing tonight? Hope all is well. Hey Norm, yeah, it's I can't complain. If I did, no one would care to listen. It's not too bad. Just doing some imaging. Mainly doing what I have been doing the past couple of nights. Just why in that is foobar. What is going on with my guiding? What is going on? It's like it can't figure out where it wants to go. It keeps jumping around the stars. Let me just pick one. Let the guiding settle a little bit. There we go. Now we'll do an exposure. I just ran a 3-hour session live on Night Skies Network. I can now settle in and visit you and your gang. Sweet, Norm. I appreciate that. How's the M81 and the M82 treating you, though? How's it going? Are you getting some good data? I would imagine you're getting good data. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting above in 1 arc second. I don't like that. I do not like that. And that's basically what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's going to be good, I think. Good! Excellent. Excellente. Excellente. Yes, we are Blush and Balance. We are looking at M51 or the Whirlpool galaxy. It is actually 2 galaxies that are one spinning in one direction, the other one spinning in the other direction. It's kind of like it's pulling on the other one, essentially, or bringing it in. Well, right now, that's currently what's on the screen right now, but we just migrated over to the Beehive cluster. We had someone recommend a Globular cluster. Can call you. Oh, okay, Kelsey. That's fine. Found you a Globular cluster, NGC 2419 high in the sky right now. Let me look at 2419. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with the guiding too. I may have to recalibrate in the southern hemisphere because yeah, if it keeps spiking, which it's doing, dagnabbit. NGC 2419. NGC 2419. Oh, the Intergalactic Wanderer. Nice. I like that name. 'Cause that's where we're going. We're going to let this one finish and see what it does. I'm sure it's going to be foobarred, but we'll see what it does. Come on, 19 seconds. Come on, 19 seconds. 2419, 2419, 2419. Let's see how bad this is. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm sure it's going to star trail like a crazy thing. Yep. And there it is, the Globular cluster. It's beautiful. In all its glory. So we're going to go to NGC 2419. Yep. We're going to go to watching the mount move, making sure no cables tying up. I can already tell the problem already. Star trails are cool. Yeah, they really are. They're kind of trippy, to be honest. I see the problem already. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me, excuse me. Validate, confirm, not conform, lordy. Go here, we'll stop. Go here, we're clear, we're go. I want you to calibrate now. Today would be great though. Today would be awesome if you would. No, thank you, calibrate. I want you to calibrate because I want this to be a good image. I don't see much there, George. It must be very, very faint. Or I am not at the right spot. Yeah, I'm at the right spot. Let's try calibrating again. Alrighty. I'm gonna do a quick calibration. Oh, mercy me, mercy me. Hope everybody's doing well. Is a small and looks like a star. There you go. So I may not have enough focal length. You may have been right. But love to fly. You may have been right. But we'll see. We'll just see what we can get. That's all we can do. Still calibrating. Need to get a scope to bridge that FL gap between the 165 and the 115. I mean, the 127 is always a good choice, but that's just my biased opinion. Can't remember what is the focal length? Yeah, they are, George. They sure are, buddy. They sure are. It's 808. Yeah. Yeah, but with the 165 is a giant scope. God, is a light gathering bucket. Thing is incredible. for what it can do. The thing is insane. You should buy one, George. Yeah, George, you should buy one. No pressure, George. You should buy one. Alright, so we're guiding now. I'm going to go back to guiding real quick. We're going to give it a good clear. Hit that, hit the corrections. Okay, we're going to go back. We're going to go live. We're going to clear. And what are we at? 120 seconds. We're going to hit go. We're going to see what we get. We're going to see what we get. Excuse me. Ah, the 127 AR is nice. Dang it. I really got to stop yawning. Man. I love the optics in the ES scopes. They're pretty nice. They are. They really are. I mean, you can't beat them. You can't. How's everybody doing in the Astroworkz? Oh, time for bed. George has got to go to bed. Yeah, I'm going to go as long as my iPad's going to go, George. I first bought the 102, and then when I put an eyepiece in it, I was blown away. Yeah. I was the same with an 80. The 80mm was really got me going into astrophotography. It really did. And good night, George. The good thing about ES scopes is they're easy to collimate in. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. It's not a complete closed system like some scopes are, that you have to send in, wait for months and months and months on end to get done, and pay a hefty charge for. So that's another thing good about Explore Scientific scopes, is it's free and lifetime of clean and collimation, as long as you own the scope. No, let me rephrase. It is free service, but you have to ship it to us. Other than that, it's a free clean and collimation. There it is. There's the globular cluster right in the middle. Isn't she pretty? Looks like a diamond. Shines bright like a diamond. So again, we're going to do stacked. We're just doing live, so we're just going to let it sit here and see what we can get completely. It's not like M2 and M15 where it's just a giant globular cluster. And the people are pretty cool too. Yeah, sometimes the people are okay, Norm. You know, sometimes. So yeah, that's the globular cluster. I mean, love to fly, you are correct. I figured I'd had enough focal length to see some of it, but I mean, I don't have a Schmidt-Cassegrain. Had plenty. I just don't like them. I don't know why. I'm just not a big fan of them. Maybe it's just the acclimation time with the mirror. Maybe it's I honestly don't know. Got to stop that. I just like refractors. I just like the stars I get with refractors. Can you zoom in on the screen so we can see it better? Sure. There you go. That may be too much. There we go. Let's see what we get with the version 2. I bet we'll get a little bit more clarity with 2 stacked on there. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember to plug in my landline to the ASI-AIR. It's so much quicker. Yeah, there's a little more. I mean, the longer we keep it on here, the more and more that we'll see. How would the 125 do on this target? Rather well. So, for anybody that's always looking for a telescope, that's not entirely sure what the field of view would look like. There's a website called Astronomy.tools. Now, what Astronomy.tools does is it gives you the field of view frame reference. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you go to that website, Astronomy.tools, which I'll plug it in. Actually, I'll do it right here. Astronomy.tools. This thing is amazing. We'll do an FOV calculator. Oh, I gotta get my legs off my desk. Messier object. We'll just do, which one is this one? NGC. Well, that's the only bad thing about NGCs. They don't like. We'll just do M2. Custom scope is. We'll go to Celestron. You said a 9 1/4 edge. We're going to image custom camera. We'll just use the ZWO 2600 because that's what I got. Actually, let's just do the 585 because that's what you got. And bam, holy moly! Yeah, you're gonna like that view. You're gonna like that view a lot closer to what I'm able to get. That's for darn sure. If you pull that up, love to fly drones, I can walk you through it real quick. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just go to the field of view calculator and you will literally input whatever Messier solar system or search NGC objects. Sometimes the NGC objects are a little wonky. They don't really load up that many, so you know, you can try it, but you can put your telescope. It gives you the focal length, whatever camera that's currently updated in the system that they have, and you can put whatever object you want in there that you're wanting to compare that telescope to. The beauty part about that telescope is, oh, excuse me, they have the ability with the 9 1/4 and the Hyperstar, so it gives you that frame of reference too. Really need to get a charge cable when I do this because I'm not going to be much longer. I can stream because I'm in the red. Oh no. Blackwater skies. Imaging toolbox is another great one for view of field. Yeah, checks. Yeah, Norm, I mean, I agree with the Blackwater skies, but just with astronomy tools, it kind of gives you a quicker frame of reference. Because some people, I'm not sure how to use Blackwater skies. I haven't messed with it, so I don't know. So I always check astronomy.tools because it's just quick and simple, and I'm easily able to navigate through it pretty well. But that's just me. Excuse me. I wouldn't say it's better. They both have their differences. They help, but I mean, everything has a pros and a con. But you know, that darn it, dust mote's back. Do you prefer Losmandy plate or a Vixen? Losmandy 100% of the way. Losmandy, 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 Losmandy. Think of it this way. Do you think that you get better security with, oh, camera's here, not down there, with a clamp style system like this, where you get better secure on the mount by pushing up against all of this, versus, oh, that's not good. I dropped the things. There you go. Vixen, D plate. So that's the difference. With Losmandy's, they come with, this is the Prima Luce one. So it's got pre-drilled holes. They have their plus system. So with that scope back there, it's got the Prima Luce Lab complete setup. And plus I like red and black. My favorite colors, red and black. They have integrated systems, or a support ring plus, I believe that's what it's called. That you have to use their D plates with their rings. That way you have a secure, nice fit. They come from, or they go to from 450 millimeters to whatever size lower. I think 450 is the biggest. Rings, they have a substantial amount of ring choices. Yeah, I use the Eagle on that specific setup, which I can stream with that as well. It's just with that particular one, it's not set up for the ASI-AIR. That one's the main meat and potatoes. That's the one that I have the 2600 with the chroma filters that I'm doing 900-second subs, HA. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to swap targets back and forth. That's the main imaging rig. So I mean, what I could do some nights is, like, if I set up both, I can flop back and forth between those two. That way you can see what I'm doing. And I may do that in the near future. I want to stream a night of imaging. How do I do that? Well, love to fly drones. Do you have a computer at all? It's actually better in astronomy. Do you prefer Losmandy? Yeah, I've answered that one. Losmandy plate is where I always go to. Losmandy 100% of the way. But again, my personal preference. Whatever you like is maybe totally different than what I like. That's the beauty part about this hobby, is everybody is different. Nobody is the same. So yeah, it really just depends on what you want to do, honestly. So what else does anybody want to see? We've seen a globular cluster. Excuse me. I've really got to stop doing that. Mercy. Excuse me again. Let's see here. Where is... I don't think he's up quite just yet. Can I see that one yet? NGC... I'm curious. Can I see NGC 7023? We're gonna let that one finish real quick. Then I'm gonna stop it, and then we're gonna go to the Iris Nebula. See if I can see that. I have a computer, but I have to use a tablet. So how I'm able to stream, because that's what I'm currently using. I'm using my tablet. I have a cam link from Elgato plugged into my USB 3, which has a HDMI and an HDMI to a Thunderbolt, and that's how I'm able to do it. I use a program called vMix, called Coma Cluster, a Galaxy cluster called the Coma Cluster. Let me see, Curtis, if I'm able to see that one real quick, and then I will, if I can see it, I will slew to it. NGC 4872. Oh. Well, lo and behold, looky here. Holy moly, that's a lot of tiny little reindeer. That's a lot of galaxies. Holy patoli. That's going to look good. We're going to go to preview. Thank you, Curtis. Huh. I think I figured out my next target. NGC 4872. Holy crap. That's a ton of galaxies. Show 2, maybe bin 4. Yeah, we'll see what bin 2 gets us first, Curtis, because there's a ton of galaxies in there. Yeah. God, that is a lot. I didn't realize there was a lot in there. Holy moly. That is a literal galaxy ton. Sweet Lord, baby Jesus. SH2-308. I love shapeless. SH2-308. So with shapeless, oh, it's the dolphin. Those are, unfortunately, those are not broadband. That's not a broadband target, Steven. That's going to be a narrowband, and unfortunately, I do not have a narrowband set up. That would be that scope back there is my narrowband setup. Let's see. Target's been validated. Oh, this thing's going to light up like a freaking Christmas tree. So many galaxies in here. Hopefully it shows some. Bam, bam, bam. Not a whole lot. So let's go to live. We're going to clear it. I'm going to go here. I just want to see what Ben 2 gives us. We're going to go 120 seconds and just see what we get. Tyler, I thought you were using BlueStacks on your laptop to get the data from the... Nope. Nope, Beatrice, I'm not. I am not at all. I'm just using a cam link from Elgato, which has an HDMI port on the back with an then I have plugged into that an HDMI to Thunderbolt, and that's how I'm able to do it. And I just use vMix to do that, and then I just broadcast it that way. No BlueStacks, unfortunately. I don't even know how to use BlueStacks, to be honest. Oh, mercy. Oh, dang it. Freaking guiding's calibrating. Fiddlesticks. It's not gonna work while it's calibrating. We'll have to wait for it to calibrate. Ho hum. Just waiting for calibration. So how is everyone in the Astroworkz community? For those of you or them that are new, my name is Tyler. I am a co-presenter of Astroworkz. I don't make as many YouTube videos as Simon does. Simon is another co-presenter. Don't worry, I make some. Don't worry, I make some. I just don't make as many as him. I'm slowly working on it. This is what I like to do. I like to do the live stuff because of the fact I get to interact with people. With videos, you don't get to interact. I like interacting with people. I like talking to people. I have a face only a mother can love. That's about it. So everybody else gets to frown upon this face. I like talking. I like to answer questions if I need to answer questions. But yeah, Beatrice, I don't know how to use BlueStacks. Don't have a clue. But vMix, pretty easy. It's $60 for a year. I get 4 channels that I can get. I get my audio, my camera, and camera loop. Cam. That's it. Excuse me. If I paid the $50 a month, I'd have an unlimited amount, but I don't. For what I do, I don't need it. I really don't. I don't stream like the rest of the guys do on anything. All right, good. Calibrated. Let's get an image. Let's get 120 seconds. Actually, let's wait. I need to clear. Now image. Now we can actually see how many galaxies are in this little bitty spot. This is going to be nuts. Tyler, everyone has his or her own specialties. Yeah, they really do. They really, really do. Simon's great at what he does. He is really, really good. I'm okay with videos. I'm a better people person. Me and Simon, I get to go to NEAF or NEAC and NEAF this year, and Simon gets to go as well. So we'll be doing some videos on that, what to expect, new coming from ZWO, Explore Scientific, anybody. So we'll be doing a little Q&A if anything. Well, it's 11:15. Tyler's yawning and making me sleepy. Sorry. I'm sorry. Thanks for the live, Tyler. Good to see you and have a great night. I appreciate you, Norm, coming in and stopping by. It's very well appreciated that you got to come in. And I'm glad you got to stop in. Always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure to see you too, sir. I hope you have a good night. And don't do anything too crazy. Night, Norm. Never. Yep. Never. I don't know if Curtis is going to sleep. I may be wrong. Oh, let's see what the first... Nope, not quite yet. Well, come on, picture. I want to see some galaxies blow up. Good morning from Belgium. How are you doing, Mr. Django? How are you doing? Let's see some galaxies. Look at all that. Would you look at that? There's a lot of galaxies in there. We're going to see what the rest of the live stacking will do. But yeah, there is a ton in there. There's a ton. Holy moly. So I'll be right back real quick. I'm going to go check on the kids, make sure they're asleep. They have school tomorrow, so I'll be right back. Alrighty. Back. Needs a stack of 5, I think. Tyler, I often use this option to mention how deep I can go. Huh. Now, what do you mean by Curtis? What do you mean by deep? What do you mean? Like, field of view deep? Or... I'm confused. And how are you doing, Mr. Django? How are you doing, sir? Or ma'am? I would say sir, because of the mister. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm wore out. Both kids are zonked. I got school tomorrow. How faint a galaxy I can spot. Well, I'm only doing 120 seconds. I mean, if I really wanted to crank it out, I'd do 300 seconds. And really see what I could get. But I have a feeling that that nasty dust mote would just blow up real bad. But yeah, you can definitely see all the galaxies. Actually, let's just pause here. 120 seconds. Let's go. Let's just do a 300-second exposure just to see what we get. Now, if we have anybody new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date on all our lives and when we go live, content of new videos or any exclusives. Actually, we're fixing to start doing a giveaway, which I need to talk to Simon about that because I think he forgot. We were supposed to do a giveaway. We'll have to do that here soon. For sure. So we'll just try a couple 300-second subs, see what it gives us, and then go from there. Go from there, go from there. So what has anybody had trouble with doing astrophotography? What is their main trial and tribulation into doing this wonderful hobby? Clouds. Good night, Maya. I appreciate you stopping in. Yes, David, clouds are notorious, unfortunately. That was the thing I fought with earlier. I want to make a telescope. That's honestly pretty cool that you want to make a telescope. It really is. Yeah, David, I was fighting clouds earlier this evening before I could start streaming to observe deep sky objects. What kind of telescope are you wanting to make? Bajwadi? Hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I'm not the best at pronouncing names. So right now we're looking at NGC 4872, which there's a ton of galaxies in here, a literal bunch of them, just a bunch. So we'll see. We're doing 300-second exposures. I'm just probably going to do it for a couple of times. We'll slew somewhere else, whatever you guys want to see. If you guys want to see narrowband stuff, just let me know. I got to swap out the filters and all that jazz. Yeah, there's a ton of galaxies in here. Hopefully, I mean, unfortunately, if the iPad dies, that's going to be the end of the stream. I'm trying to get a device, which actually, let me just go ahead and look into it right now. Because I need to get one. Doing a quick Google search. Uh-oh. 10% remaining. Uh-oh. I thought you were going to sleep. It seems like everybody thinks they're going to sleep. What is that cable called? That's going to bug me now. I'm going to have to figure it out. Gonna have to figure. Have you done the Leo triplet M65? No, David, I have not. I might be able to after this. M65. I don't know why I saw 8. Which is not far from here. It would be a good frame. We'll finish this one up and then we'll slew over to M65 before my iPad dies. I really need to get the port. Someone told it to me on the last stream. I may have to go back and watch it to find it. It's 11 a.m. in India. Oof! What's the temperature in India? I'm curious. Curious minds. Granted, I know it's going to be in Celsius, but I can do the conversion. Because it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is 0 degrees, basically 0 degrees Celsius. Let's see if it is still... Yeah, it's 32, so it's 0 degrees Celsius. Excuse me. Here in Belgium, it's 6:28. Oh my goodness, 6:28 a.m. It's 11:30, almost 11:30 here in Arkansas. 26 in Bangalore, India. Nice. So if it's 20, was that 70 degrees? Is it 70 degrees? 26. Yeah, 78, almost 80 degrees. Not bad. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Dagnabbit. I'm not here for a... It's not a karaoke thing, Tyler. Can't do karaoke. M60 and NGC 4647 is a very cool overlapping set of galaxies too. Let me take a look at that one. While we're waiting this to load. It's just the whole giant Mercurian's chain is just interesting. Just the plethora of galaxies that are just everywhere. It is honestly astonishing. So we're going to see what these two are going to give us. It may not be a whole lot. Yeah, I mean there's quite a bit of galaxies in there. So we're going to slew over to Leo's triplet real quick. Preview, and that was M65. M65 here, go. That's one. Since I'm worked over here, it's 3. Ooh, cold. That's cold, Beatrice. Ooh, that's cold. Ooh, it's cold. It's cold. Excuse me. Really gotta stop doing that. One, 2, and 3. Alright, we're just gonna do a quick 180-second exposure in the preview mode. Because again, I don't know how much longer my battery's gonna last. And again, once it dies, that's unfortunately the end. And my little light just died. Dagnabbit. My poor little light. This little light of mine. Oh, there it goes. Need to charge that up. Yep, charge you up. Do. So I'm hoping everybody's had a good evening so far. What would you guys like to see from us as far as Astroworkz? You know, what do you want to see? Is there anything particular that you want us to concentrate on mainly? It's cold when imaging, but it's good for astrophotography when it's clear. Yeah, agreed, Beatrice. It really is. But what are you guys wanting to see from us here at Astroworkz? You know, because you guys are the main driving force. You're the ones that, I mean, obviously you're the ones that watch it. You get nice astro photos. Who gets nice astro photos? I know that's not me. I don't know how to do a photo. I don't even know how to process, hardly. I just test. That's all I do, is I test stuff. That's mainly my job, is to test people's equipment and try it out, make sure everything works as intended. Live sessions like this are always fun. Yeah, they are, David. They really are. They really, really are. And this is where I like doing, because I like talking to people, and getting to know individuals rather than just throw a video up. I love making videos. I do it at work. I do it here. but this is what I like doing. I like doing the live stuff. So hopefully we can do a couple 180 seconds. I don't know how much more I can do, because with that darn battery life of these iPads nowadays, they're just junk. They don't last long at all. Give me a Galaxy. Give me a good one. Boom! Look, y'all, look at that. That's pretty. I'm saving that one. Okay, and what I'm also going to do is bin 2. Go. See what I can get with the bin 2. Try low power. Yeah, that's the thing with the ASI-AIR, it doesn't prompt it. I'd have to close out of the app and all that stuff, so I guess what I could do is, yeah, 5%, I know, 5%. Everybody's going to see my hideous face a little bit closer. That way I can, let's see, screen time, battery. Yeah, it's in low power mode right now. It's just, boop. I need to, just need to charge it completely. I need to let it die, and then just let it charge. That's what I need to do. What scope are you using? About 700 millimeters. Hey, David, it's actually 952. The 127 FCD100 is 952 millimeters of focal length. So, I mean, you get nice galaxies. Let's get rid of everything. You get nice galaxy here. Get a nice one there. You get a nice one right, nice little spiral right there as well. So yeah, 952 with the field flattener, and the field flattener is, I don't even think it's corrected, or I don't have enough back focus on it or backspacing on it. So I'm hoping I can get through these quick little subs, and then I'm going to have to go to Best Buy tomorrow and get a adapter so I can charge while streaming. That way you guys can stay a little longer. Have a good night. Thank you for everything, and I will. Hey, love to fly. I appreciate you stopping in. If you guys have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to follow and stay up to date on the content that we do here at Astroworkz. My Bortle level is 6 and a 6 or a 7. Until next time, thanks again. Love to fly. I appreciate you coming in. Great to hear you're getting the... Well, I need to remember what the adapter was. I cannot remember the blasted adapter. In fact, I think it was you, Curtis, that told me about it. I just cannot remember the blasted name of it. But yes, I need to acquire one rather quickly, because this is getting ridiculous. So yeah, if it was you, Curtis, let me know again. That way I can get it ordered. Or go to Best Buy and pick it up. One or the other. Tomorrow. Uh-oh, it locked up. But is it dead? It may have died. You can't see anything except the Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Oof. Yeah, you run the ASI-AIR on the laptop using BlueStacks. Yeah, it's doable. I think my tablet is just kaput, because it's not moving. Not moving at all. It's not moving. That's a shame. I think it finally... Nope. It just locked up. I don't know why. It just locked up. Weird. Is your... Yes, it is a USB-C, Curtis. Yeah, the Apple USB... That's what it was. We'll see if Best Buy has it right now. Search Astro... Yeah. Apple USB-C multiport. Yep, there it is. Sweet. Excellent. Excellent. Yep, so Thunderbolt, HDMI, and USB to Thunderbolt. Excellent. I will pick that up tomorrow. Thank you, Curtis. Again, and I will not procrastinate on this one. My channel is Love to Fly Drones. Someone else took the Love to Fly name for their channel. Can you try the Soul Nebula? Probably not tonight. Bajwadi. My iPad's about to die. And it's not quite up. I don't think it's up yet for me. Let me look. No, it's up. It's definitely up. With the 127, I don't get the whole thing in the frame, if that's what you're wanting. I get bits and pieces. And then I would have to go swap out filters and all that stuff. If I had more percentage in the iPad, I would do it. For sure. Have fun. Good night. Good night. Love to Fly. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. I have an ED127 reflector. David, I hope you mean a refractor, not a reflector. Ah, good. Yeah, that's what I'm using, David, is that specific one. Why is it not loading? Or either that or I'm just missing it. Which, that is a possibility. I'm probably just missing it. So unfortunately, I think with my... Let me check the battery real quick. If it's less than a percentage, then there's no point in, unfortunately, continuing... Yeah, it's at 4%. It's going to die at any minute. Foobar. Guys, I appreciate you coming in and stopping by. I'm going to get the adapter that Curtis mentioned because I need it. And unfortunately, with the weather that is coming in, I'm not going to stream until next week. Unfortunately, on Monday. Maybe the weather will change between now and then. Who knows? Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate your efforts. Got to go. Look forward to your next live stream. Clear skies to all. Steven, thank you for stopping in. Again, I appreciate you and your time. It means a lot to us here at Astroworkz. Oh, excuse me. But I hope you guys got to see some imaging, got to see some stuff. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to write it down. Don't wait till the last minute. Always ask. If you need help, you can always reach out to us at support@astroworkz.com. And we can answer your questions. We're always checking our emails, and we make sure to help everybody. I got to remember the camera's here, not everywhere else. Camera is here, because I'm always looking at my screens. So again, I really do appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out with me. It is basically almost midnight here, so I'm going to go to bed. First, I got to pack everything up, turn everything off, close everything down. But again, I appreciate you stopping in. My name is Tyler with Astroworkz. I hope you guys have clear skies, and keep looking up.